Yeah,
It's you said the pain, and the Portugal pain is real because we had such a good squad leading up to the tournament.
hmm
And starting the tournament with William and Danilo, I'll be personally, I wasn't very hopeful since then.
sure.
When I saw Gnat coming on, my that fire was coming back, but
Yeah,
a lot happened since then. But I actually was happy to see André Silva get some minutes in the end because he confirmed that he should have started earlier,
yeah,
in my opinion, because he was really. I think Ronald wouldn't mind to go to a winger position. I just think our formation is so dependent on Ronaldo. Like, we have so many crosses going in when we're a small squad. Like, where does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
Portuguese people aren't tall. We're not like the Scandinavians, like the German. Like, we like the ball on the floor, and we're
yeah.
crossing in the ball dependent on the heading of Ronaldo. Makes
Yeah.
no sense. Makes no sense.
And in the end, I gotta say, I mean, just from an outsider's view, and in talking with you, I think there's really only what two players that from Portugal through the whole tournament that really increased their stock, right? And I'm gonna actually ask you, what two players do you think before I say them?
Gnat Sanch, for sure, his stock increased. And Palhinha, too. I think
Yeah,
Palhinha confirmed that he'll leave Sporting because he's too good of a CDM at
yeah,
such a good age. I think the age of 25. So it's an extremely attractive player. He's very tall. He's got long legs. He's got a
hmm
good pass, and the skill on Pogba.
yeah,
Sheesh, that
yeah.
was that was good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it also needs to be said, and I know it's kind of like what's it called, a Pyrrhic victory, when you say the right two people that were needed from the beginning, and those are the two people that definitely fared the best for Portugal. Because yeah, not that you need my approval, but yeah, Renato Sanchez and João Palhinha were definitely the two that raised their stock in my book, but it's a tough tournament. You guys had the toughest draw easily, and like you said, Group F did not survive. It did not take kindly, and who knew that it would be Switzerland that vanquished France? But I don't want to move on too fast. Were there any other things you had to say about that? Because I don't feel qualified on the subject, but I do know that was painful as all hell.
Well, another thing I'd like to say is I'd like to have seen more of Jean Felix in the tournament
Right.
because he's the type of player that in 30 minutes coming off the bench, he can make
Mm-hmm.
something happen. And I think in the first game, he wasn't even on the bench.
Right.
And a player like Felix needs to be on the bench. And for this, I think Fernando Sancho will stay in Portugal until the World Cup because he won
Yeah.
a Nations League and he won a Euros. But I think Ronald might leave the national team after the World Cup, and
Yeah.
Pep for sure he'll leave after the World Cup.
Yeah.
So it's time for a new manager, and I'd go with Leonard Jardim because he knows how to trust the youth. He's dealt with a lot of big athletes like Mbappe at Monaco. He was a kid, yes, but he's had Bernard Silva in the past. He's had a lot of talent, young talent in his hands, and he made a beauty. You know the job he made at Monaco. I'd
Of
love
course.
to see it. A Bell too,
Yeah.
another good option. And risky, but I like it. André Villas-Boas. Okay,
Okay.
I feel
Oh.
like it's better because I like to say this just to end it. If we have Fernand Sanch after the World Cup, we
Mhm.
are assuming that with any team we play against, we're going to open the game defensively.
Right.
And Portugal doesn't have the team for that nowadays.
Do you really
Too
want to be
much
that team?
offensive talent.
Yeah. Do you really want to be that team? The best Portuguese teams that we all remember are
Exactly.
teams built on attack. And okay, so you are saying, because it doesn't make any sense to necessarily jettison a coach. Although I know
Hmm.
De Boer's out at Netherlands and
Yeah.
some other ones. I mean, but it doesn't make sense to jettison a coach necessarily when you've only
Yeah.
got a small window before the next World Cup. You want to keep that in there, but we did know why. We did find out why Jean Felix did not see the field, right? And that was an ankle surgery. I know he went in and he's expected out for about 8 weeks, 12 weeks, something like that. So he, like Kevin De Bruyne in the last game, And my Belgian finalist thing is gone and dusted and whatever. He was also playing with structural damage, I believe,
True.
jump
True.
league. So we wish him a solid recovery, because he's in dire need also of a phenomenal club season. I mean, a club season where he scores 10 assists, 10, and also lifts another La Liga trophy would be pretty damn good, right?